Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, if you can't tell by the title, we've got an exciting video to do. Yes, I am going to be playing with the new Beautybay Age of Opulence palette. Is that how you say it? I hope it is. I really hope it is. I'm excited. This is Beautybay's new palette for their Christmas collection. Let's just dive straight on into it. Yes, if you didn't know, Beautybay have now launched some of their Christmas collection. October. I don't know about you. I know that a lot of other brands are releasing their Christmas collections now, but I'm just like, I'm not ready for it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not ready for Christmas collections. I'm still in Halloween mode because we are in the month of Halloween. So yes. So if you didn't know, they launched their Christmas collection. They have launched quite a bit. They launched the palette, which is the one I've got today. They then launched some pigments. Unfortunately, I didn't pick up the pigments just because I don't feel like I need them. There's only one shade that I'd feel like I'd want, and that's the blue. The other two are neutral pigments. Very beautiful. I just don't think that I need them in my collection. If they were to sell them individually, I'd definitely pick up the blue one, but yeah. They then launched a palette, which was a 9-pan palette, and that's also very beautiful, but it's very neutral. So, I mean, again, it is gorgeous. It looks stunning, but I just don't need it. They then have lipsticks, which just say coming soon. So, they do look very luxurious. The whole collection looks very, luxurious. It looks classy. It just reminds me of what's a really good ball that's expensive. I don't really know. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but yeah, it just looks very classy. They've also launched a satin range. It's got a satin sleep mask, satin pillowcase, and satin scrunchies. The scrunchies, I kind of want the scrunchies, I can't lie. I have long hair. I've heard that satin's meant to be really good for your hair and things like that, so I'd really want to pick up the scrunchies. It looks like there's 2 that you get for £4. They're in my basket. I'm just yeah, I don't really need them, but yeah. So yeah, I didn't feel like I needed the other 2. They have also got gift sets coming soon as well, which one of the gift sets has the 9-pan neutral palette in, and some other little bits, and the other 2 collections are they say all about the lips and stuff like that, so I'm guessing it's just got lip products in. But yeah, I decided just to pick up the palette. Didn't really feel like I needed anything else from the collection. So we're going to be playing with the Age of Opulence palette today. I'm going to be showing you all the goods, that kind of thing. So yes. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. So just read the back of the box. It says, take centre stage and celebrate lavishly with the Age of Opulence eyeshadow palette, inspired by glamour, decadence, and the new roaring 20s. This 20 shade eyeshadow palette is here to help you create looks that deserve the limelight, with velvety mattes, intense shimmers, all in one pigment-rich formula. These shades have a seamless blendable texture and major staying power for indulgent looks more opulent than the last. I like that. I also really like the packaging of the box. This is just the outer box. What I wish with their outer boxes, I do have to say, is that I wish they were a lot slimmer, because the palette is not as thick as the box, if that kind of makes sense. Obviously, they do wrap the palette in bubble wrap, so I understand that the box being a little bit thicker. However, once you've got it in your collection, you don't need the bubble wrap. Do you know what I mean? Just putting it out there. But yeah, so this is what the outer box looks like. This palette retails for £15. Same as all the other palettes that are the 20-pan palettes. They're all £15. I think that's a really good price. So I really like the packaging of this. It's obviously got a teal box. It's got these gold rims on the edges. The B is it's almost like a 3D print. You can feel it, if that kind of makes sense. And it looks like the gems. And yeah, it's just a really beautiful box. I really, really like it. Obviously on the back of the box as well, it does give you ingredients, that kind of thing. I don't go into too much detail when it comes to ingredients. I just don't feel like I need to, so yeah. Okay, so moving on to the actual palette. This is what the package, like the outer, the packaging? Yeah, the packaging of the palette. I don't know what I'm talking about today. This is what the packaging of the palette looks like. For a second I thought it felt heavier than all the other ones, but it doesn't. So yeah, this is what the outer packaging looks like. Very different to the box. The box is almost like plain. This has got like a disco ball on it. It's almost got like a city, like a landscape. I think it's like New York or something like that. You've then got like a chain on there, you know, a little bit of bling bling. You've got Age of Opulence there. On the back you have another disco ball, and you have the same quote that I just read out explaining the theme of the palette and that kind of thing. So yeah, I really like the packaging. I think the packaging is actually quite fun. It's got this like holographic design on it as well, with like the paint dripping. I really like that. It's almost like gold, silver gold dripping. I really like that. And then when you open her up, you do get a plastic sleeve just to cover the shades. I really like that. And you get all of these beautiful rich tones. It's very much like a jewel toned palette. I love it. The shades in here are gorgeous. I can really appreciate this palette. I really can. There's a lot of teals, purples, blues, that kind of thing. I have seen a lot of people say that this is looks similar to the Book of Magik, so of course I will pull that out and we will compare, but let's just appreciate the shades in this palette right now. There's a lot of beautiful tones. There's a couple of neutral brown shades, which is always great. There's a couple of gold kind of tones, which I really like. I like how there's more than one gold tone as well, like some almost have like one down here, doesn't it? It looks like a gold, but then it's got like a shift of pink to it. There's more of like a bronzy shade. Yeah, really nice. There is a black in here as well. I like how there's a cream shade though. I do appreciate when there's a cream shade in a palette, especially if you like my skin tone, because just using that shade to blend out any other shades, or if you just wanted to set your lid base down, you could use that shade, something like that. So I really appreciate it, and I love how there's a big mirror as well. As always, love it. Should we just get into swatching some of the shades? I'm not going to swatch the whole palette, however I'm pretty sure someone on YouTube has swatched the whole palette, but I just like to swatch some of the shades that really grab me. So yeah, let's swatch some. Okay, so here's some of the swatches. Oh my gosh. Their shades, they always swatch amazingly, especially the shimmers. But oh my gosh, look. This shade, oh, even this shade. Amazing. They always swatch amazing. Like, I have to say that about Beautybay palettes. Like, they've definitely stepped up their game when it comes to eyeshadows. Like, they are some of the best shadows, in my opinion, on the market. So yeah. So just quickly touching base on the Book of Magik palette. I've had a few people say, and I've heard a lot of people say, this is very similar to it. So this is the Book of Magik palette. Upon first look, you think, yeah, it is quite similar. When this launched, of course, I reviewed it. I was obsessed with it. Obsessed with it. Like, look at them shades. When I first thought about it, I thought it's quite similar. However, looking at them, there are similar shades, but not exact. Not exact, if that kind of makes any sense whatsoever. Let me hold the palette up. So, yeah. They are similar. They've got similar tones to them. However, I feel like just looking at the purples, they're not the same. Maybe one of them. Let me swatch them side by side. I'm going to swatch a couple of shades that I think are similar. They are similar palettes, however, you're going to get completely different looks, if I'm being honest. Just putting it out there. There's a couple of similar shades that I can see. So let me just see if they are similar at all. Okay, so I've swatched a few similar shades. So we have this top one here. This is from the Age of Opulence palette. This is the shade Velvet. And then from the Book of Magic palette, this is Voodoo. Voodoo's a lot deeper than Velvet, as you can see. You're probably going to get a similar, if you were to try and do a similar look, could probably, you know, make it work. I thought these two were similar, however they're not. This is the shade Curfew from the Age of Opulence palette. This is the shade Cursed from the Book of Magic. Very different. This is more navy, with a bit of like a tealy turquoise undertone almost, I would say. It's a little bit more like blue, whereas this one's more navy. Then we have these two. These are very similar. We have the shade, wait one second, Prohibition. And then we have the shade Manifest. These are very similar. I think there's a slight difference. Manifest, I think, is a bit deeper, like a tiny bit deeper, but yeah. We obviously have the two blacks, which are probably the most similar, if I'm being honest. So we have this one here, which is Noir from the Age of Opulence. Then we have Hex. I think the Age of Opulence one actually looks a better quality, but they both look basically the same. Of course, they're blacks, you know. And then we have these two. I thought these were similar. They are kind of similar. We have the top one, which is Champagne from the Age of Opulence palette. And then we have this one, which is Alchemy. But again, this one looks more champagne, whereas this one's got like a slightly different like undertone to it. Got more of like a gold undertone, if you will. That is like, they're the most similar shades from the palette, I would say personally. I do, like, I see what people mean. However, looking at them closer, I can say that they are, I would say that they're different, they're completely different palettes. Just being honest, just being real. You know what I mean? So yeah, so what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to go ahead, prime my lids, zoom you guys in, and we're going to get on to doing a look because I've rambled too much. So yeah. Okay, so I am back. Ooh, I don't know what shade to take first. I think I want to take the shade Velvet, which is this purple shade right here. Just jumping straight on into it. I'm going to pop this on the like inner portion, like so. Just jumping straight on in there. We ain't messing about today. I just want to say, guys, that I love Beautybay as a brand. I think they create the most amazing palettes, you know, for such an affordable price. And I just know that this one is going to be the same formula. I love their palettes that are in this size. I think that's like some of the best palettes that they've done are actually in this size. Like the Book of Magic, that was obviously like a highly sought after palette when they did it last year. I kind of wish they kept it permanent. However, I think that's why they brought out this palette instead. They wanted it to be similar, but they didn't want it to be like slightly different. I just kind of wish they'd bring that back, that Book of Magic palette back, and just have it as a permanent palette in their line, because it is amazing. And I wish I could use it more, because it is no longer available. I just feel like I can't really reach for it and do a lot of looks with it. So yeah, unfortunately, that's how it is. I don't know what shade to put on the outer corner. Do I go in with this one? I wasn't going to, however, like I was going to go in with a blue, but I think I'm going to go in with this one. What do you guys think? Let's do it. Let's just do it. We're here. let's go. This is the shade Rich, by the way, guys. I didn't even tell you, which is this one here. So beautiful. Teals, purples, these kind of shades. They're amazing. They are amazing. I'm just going to pack this on the outer corner. Clearly, I'm going for a two-tone look again. I've said this in a previous video. The reason why I do these looks is because they it means that I can use more shadows than what I would usually use by doing like a two-tone kind of look. So I do these looks quite often and I really like it. It means I can use more shades and yeah, cute. I like this. I like it already. Going back to the purple side, I don't know whether to take Dandy or Flapper. We'll take a bit of Dandy first, which is this one. See how that works. Then I might go in with Flapper. Around the outer edges. Obviously just keeping this above the purple side. Oh, that's gorgeous. Do you see how quick and easy that was to blend? So quick. Love it. Moving on to the green side, I'm going to take the shade Hope, which is this shade here, slightly lighter. I definitely feel like I need to go in with a cream shade on both of these sides because they're still a little bit dark for my skin tone. That's fine, no worries at all. That's why I like how they have a cream shade in here, because then, you know, can blend it out. So yeah. Ah, love it. Okay, then I'm going to go into the shade Flapper, which was that other purple shade I was looking at. I'm going to just take a tiny little bit of this and just blend it slightly around. Oh, didn't mean to go there. I don't really mind if I take it a little bit into the brow, like that doesn't bother me at all. Love. Okay, then I'm just going to take a clean fluffy brush and I'm going to take the shade RSVP, which is this. It's a creamy shade. Creamy kind of shade. It might be a little bit dark for my kind of skin tone, however I'm gonna make it work because yeah, just have to, don't we? Just a little bit. Just to blend around those edges. Then it's not as harsh. The green actually doesn't look too bad. I think I just need to blend it a little bit more, but yeah. Okay, I'm living for this. I'm living. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, just quickly build up these shades one more time. I usually do this in every single look that I do. So I'll go ahead, just build these shades up one more time, build them up, blend them out, cut my crease, and then we'll be back and we're going to pick a lid shades together. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Of course, I've just cut my crease. Whatnot. Yeah, loving it. Loving it. Okay, lid shade. I don't know what to use. Like, that shade's gorgeous. We then have this blue shade. Oh my god. Do I use that? I mean, it is gorgeous, isn't it? Do I use it? Like, oh. I guess we are. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even tell you guys what the shade is. Oh, the shade is Arrival, which is this one here. yeah, obviously I decided just to go in with it. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Do I take this shade? I don't know whether it's going to blend well into it or not, but I feel like it could look really beautiful. Let me just go in with this shade first. I'm going to try it on a brush now because, you know, it's good to see if it works on a brush. I feel like they usually do, so. Oh, look at that. Stunning. Actually stunning. I think I might actually go into like a champagne shade. Like there is. I'm feeling like, oh, that could be cute. We might go in with this shade actually. Let's do it. Let's do this shade. So this shade is Gold Digger, which is this one. Let me show you in a second because clearly just wiping my fingers. This one here, Gold Digger, going with this shade. I'm going to use that on the same brush, just on the other side. Sometimes these kind of shades can be difficult to apply with a brush, so it might be that I have to use my finger a little bit, but so far it's actually not doing too bad. You guys know that these shades are they're quite crumbly, to be honest with you. They're quite crumbly, which is why sometimes they're not great to use with a brush. I might dip into a different brush, just then it kind of helps it out. I kind of wish I picked up the pigments now. I think that blue pigment would have been beautiful with this, but yeah, they're gorgeous. I'm going back into that turquoisey shade, bluey shade. Gonna pop some more of that on. Almost like try and blend it into the gold and then go back into the gold shade. The Gold Digger shade. I like that name for this shade. I think it's very fitting. For the inner corner shade, I'm going to go into Champagne, which is this one here. Like the white gold, if you will. It's a champagne shade, you know. I'm going to pop that. Oh, that's stunning. And a little bit on the brow bone as well. Love. Then I'm just going to go back into that brush that I used with just the creamy shade on it and just buff it out so then it's not as harsh. I'm obsessed. I actually love this. I think this is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, just do this eye off camera, my base, everything, my lashes, and then I'll be back to kind of give you guys my final thoughts. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am back. This is the finished look. What do you guys think? Please let me know what you think. I actually really like it. On the lower lash line, I basically used the same shades. I just reversed them. So I did the turquoise in the inner corner and the purple on the outer corner, and I really like it. So yeah. So yeah, let's talk about the packaging first off. Really like it. I think it's really beautiful. I like how it's designed. I think that it basically mirrors like the inside of the palette almost. It's giving me that kind of vibe. I think there's a lot going on with the packaging, however I don't mind it. I actually quite like it, so yeah, love it. I love these size palettes anyway. I think they're beautiful. When you open her up, obviously you get these gorgeous shades. First off, love the colour story. I think the layout of it is perfect. I love all the shades in here. I was kind of worried at first because I thought, oh, is it like some of these purple shades going to be like light enough for me to be able to blend out? However, because they have this shade in here, I think that really helps to be able to help blend out shades, that kind of thing. So yeah, I really like it. All the shades packed on and blended out beautifully. Didn't have a problem with any of them. I love the tealy shades. I think they're gorgeous. I love how there's a black in here. I love how there's like purples, teals, blues. There's also a couple of shades that are like neutral brown shades, so you can still get like a very neutral look out of this. Obviously you've got this brown shade here, you've got this creamy shade, and then you've also got this taupey brown shade as well, which is beautiful. So of course you will be able to get like a neutral look out of this, especially if you use like one of the goldy shades on the lid as well. But yeah, this palette, there's so many beautiful shades in here. Like, I'm looking at it and it's giving me the whole like Book of Magic palette vibes, where I just love looking at it, and I think every single shade is beautiful and every single shade fits in this palette. I would say 100%. You'll definitely be able to create a variety of looks with this. You can go fully purple, you can go fully like blue, you can go fully like turquoise, like teal, that kind of thing, and you can of course go neutral, and I love it. I just can't stop looking at it. I think it is such a beautiful palette. So yeah, I am very impressed with it. Yeah, if you were wanting the Book of Magic palette and you didn't manage to pick it up, I would definitely say get this palette, because it is similar. However, I do feel like it's very different at the same time, so I do really appreciate how they haven't created the same palette again. I like how they switched it up. However, I do wish that they did just bring back the Book of Magic palette, because that palette is beyond gorgeous and I really wish they'd just bring it back. But yes, I love it and I'm obsessed with it, and I'm obsessed with these shimmer shades. The whole palette is beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. If you did, please remember to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, so it really helped me out. If you do want me to do another look or a couple of other looks using this palette, please just let me know, because I really want to. I really want to dive more into this palette, play with the blues, play with the other shades in here. Like, there's a lot of other beautiful shades. So yeah, I really just want to have a good time playing with it. I've still got the seal on my mirror, but yeah, I really like this palette. So yeah, let me know, guys, if you're gonna pick this palette up. I'd be intrigued to know. So yeah, everything else that I'm wearing on my face, I'll of course link in the description box down below, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.